if we are in continued association with those who do not believe the same, it can erode our thinking
and convictions.
Let her cover the mark if she will. The pain of it will always be in her heart.
Many fringe religions around the world practice some form of shunning members that do not fully comply with all of their ever-changing doctrines. The Jehovah's Witness cult uses the term disfellowshipping for this heinous punishment. Once disfellowshipped, the congregant isn't allowed to speak to any fellow worshipers, including their own family members. This archaic procedural policy they base off scriptural advice given at 1 Corinthians 5:13.
But now I am writing you to stop keeping company with anyone called a brother who is sexually immoral, or a greedy person, or an idolater, or a reviler, or a drunkard, or an extortioner, not even eating with such a man.
Aside from the fact they take this out of context, one verse debunks this entire doctrine, Matthew 9:13.
Go then and learn what this means. I want mercy, not sacrifice. For I came to call not righteous people, but sinners.
So with no scriptural grounds, how does Watchtower convince followers to disown their own families? And why does Watchtower need so much control over its followers? After World War II, the CIA merged the German Monarch program with their own top-secret research project named MK-Ultra, which tested various methods of mind control on human subjects. As this science was perfected, it became used for many nefarious purposes, like drug running and creating sex slaves. Monarch programming uses trauma-based mind control through fear tactic indoctrination, along with state-of-the-art technology like tablets and smartphones, to create humans who are totally controlled by a handler without even knowing that they are controlled. This is accomplished by the sophisticated use of the brain's ability to disassociate, which is used to create structured, multiple personality disordered minds.
In my experience in working for a number of psychiatric clinics as a therapist, I've worked with many Jehovah's Witnesses, and I find that many of them suffer from severe emotional problems, from schizophrenia, from severe depression, alcoholism, and other problems. I've also consulted the scientific literature on this question, and I found that it clearly confirms that the mental illness rate among the witnesses is clearly above average.
Most governments secretly use fraternal orders and churches as meeting places for accessing and programming. Some churches have lights and other items which reinforce the programming of the monarch slaves. Church leaders will say buzzwords, use hand signals, as well as violent imagery to interact with the slaves who have been ordered to attend these churches. Someone who is monarch programmed is so controlled that they will not even have the most common human feeling of self-preservation. Another feature of the programming are what is known as internal safety devices, such as a dissociative program, which promotes cognitive dissonance, along with a suicide program, which protects the secrecy of the handler if the programming is tampered with. In light of the death rate, could the governing body be grooming an army consisting of millions of marionettes programmed with a self-destruct sequence? And is their finger on the proverbial red button?